here, and this time we're gonna be looking at a gun. Yes, you also get to use guns in this game, as all of you Monster Hunter fans out there know, and those of you who don't know yet, you should really play this game to get some of these awesome weapons. So here you see with its awesome base, and this is the Rathalos bow gun. It's the medium bow gun, and again, really cool figure. You see the parts of the monster here, the red scales are of course from Rathalos, and then again mixed in with like steel parts and iron parts to make a pretty badass hunting weapon. And this one actually has another detail here. It's got a string, little string here that resembles like a bow. That's what it looks like in the game, and so they decided to put it into the figure, and I gotta say they did a pretty good job. It feels nice and sturdy, but of course I don't want to pull on it too hard because it might probably break. But again, really nice paint job. I really like how they don't miss anything. All the details are there, and how they pay close attention to painting every part, from the monster claws and scales down to the nice metallic finishes on these metal parts. So really cool. This one's got like a coppery, paint on it, like a copper paint on it. It's just really nice. I like, this is actually one of my favorite weapons in the game. I like using this gun a lot. It's a very popular gun. I see a lot of people with it in the game. It's really good, especially against monsters whose weakness is fire, of course. And so really awesome weapon, and of course makes a really cool figure. Let's move on, and now we're gonna be looking at the Viking sword here, and this is a great sword, just like the one you saw, the Uragon one. And this sword you get from Theodeus. I think that's his name, Theodeus. It's kind of like the water god in Monster Hunter Tri. He's the very last boss you play. You get to fight offline. He is, if you play the game, you know he's been causing some trouble in the village. And so you get to fight him in the end, the very end of the game, the very last Elder Dragon, the last boss. And once you have parts from him, you get to make this awesome greatsword here. This is the Viking horn sword. I think it's an official name, Viking horn sword. So really cool. And this is actually one of the very first pieces I got in this set. And when I saw it, I mean, this is probably one of the reasons why it encouraged me to keep collecting these things, because I saw it and I saw the awesome detail on it, and I just really liked it when I saw it. I saw how well made it was, so I said yes, I have to have every piece in this set. And so let's look at this one, and of course you can see right off the back it's got like luminous plastic here from Theodeus's luminous organs. Probably it's one of the parts you get from the monster, and light goes through it, and so it kind of glows. You can see in the camera here, it kind of picks it up. And then it's got awesome details here too. The chain, this part here actually spins, and like the chain is made out of really bendable plastic, so it kind of bends around it and kind of spins. Really cool details on these. Again, you see the monster parts infused with the metal parts, man-made parts, and really cool. They look very organic. A lot of these weapons look organic and industrial at the same time. But there's the Viking sword. So let's move on and take a look at another. And that is going to be this a switch axe. We haven't seen a switch axe before. This is the Amber Slash, as it's called in the game. And as those of you who know the game can see, it comes from Barroth. It's one of the monsters you fight in the tundra. And here you can see some of the details. You can see the fur and the claws that come from the monster, infused with metal, and then some more sturdy parts here, like I think it looks like bone. But again, it looks like an axe. feels like an axe. And the switch axe was actually one of the first weapons that I really got into when I played Monster Hunter Tri. I kept collecting all of them, and was collecting the switch axes in the game and just playing with them a lot. And as you know, in the game, it gets to transform into a greatsword. So if I can do this without kind of making it fall apart, you can actually transform this weapon into a greatsword, but it's really tricky. This kind of slides here, and it's supposed to turn into a switch axe, but I can't do it right now. There you go. And of course it fell apart. So you get the idea. It kind of transforms into a greatsword as well in the game. Of course, in the game it's a lot more smooth, but it fell apart. This is I guess one of the pretty much the only complaint I have with this set is this particular piece, or with this particular piece, I should say, not with the whole set. Is that it's very delicate, and I mean it's not that I want to transform it all the time, but when you go and want to transform it, it kind of falls apart. The pieces don't really snap together really well. And this is actually one of the doubles I got, so I know I tried the other model also, and the same thing happened. It fell apart when I went through to try and transform it. So it's just I guess maybe it requires a better design, or maybe I'm not reading the instructions correctly, since I just go by the pictures, because of course the instructions are in Japanese. So but I mean, it's just the parts don't feel snug enough, and it's just kind of loose, and kind of see this part just kind of dangles there. But I mean, aside from that, it's a really, really cool piece to have also. So let's move on and look at the last piece here, which is my favorite in the set, and that is the Barroth hammer. And this isn't the strongest weapon you can get in the game. It's not even the strongest weapon in this set. But I, in particular, when I started playing Monster Hunter Tri, I really got into Barroth, and I really liked the monster. And then I started collecting its weapons. I got its armor. I got everything that I could get from Barroth. I mean, I fought that guy like probably 100 times. But here is the hammer that you can get from Barroth. And of course, I really like that you can see the monster parts on it. This is probably like its scalp, its forehead, its tail. You can really see, and this in particular, I mean, I like the weight of this piece here. It feels really heavy in my hand. It's solid plastic. It's really, really well detailed. The paint job is flawless. Again, you can see every single detail on it. You see some of the monster parts along with like nails and screws and rivets here, to hold it all together. You can see this big thread here, and the nut above there. And actually this handle here, it feels like metal. It doesn't sound like metal, but it feels like it's some sort of resin bonded metal, like pulverized metal dust, and then bonded together with resin. That's probably what they used here, because at times it does feel like metal. But like I said, these are all casts, and I don't think it's just pure metal, but I'm pretty sure it's some sort of resin bonded material that they used to cast this really awesome handle here. So like I said, really awesome weapon, and I like that they really take care in making them as true as possible to the game. And I really like their choice of materials, the hard, dense PVC plastic, along with these specialty resin bonded like metal materials. I really like that, and of course they do a phenomenal job on the paint. So which is something that I always appreciate. I hate seeing like sloppy paint jobs on models like these. So this is my favorite piece in the set, and it comes from one of my favorite monsters in Monster Hunter Tri and Monster Hunter in general. And so I think that's it. That's all I have to say about this set. And so I think I'll conclude this video with that. So until I see you once again.